Welcome back. Former Sri Lankan international Russel Arnold was in Singapore recently for the IA-T20 Super Challenge Olymp Cup. He was playing for the Sentosa Challengers along with Shane Bond and contributed with both bat and ball, having an outstanding tournament and winning several Man of the Match awards. Russel sat down with us and told us about his international career as well as playing in Singapore.
Well, it's been warm, but it's been nice, and at this stage I think we've qualified for a final, so initial goal ticked off, and making new friends and having a good time. It's been really good. It's been good. I mean, we've been friends even though we've been on different sides. So here we are sitting together. We're both retired players, so talking about the past. And yeah, as we've got our performances together, struggled to get them together, and the results are there. So we're quite happy with that. And since quitting cricket, it's been much nicer because we've been able to spend more time with opposition players. Whereas when we're playing, you're just training, you're going to venue, and from venue to venue, and you hardly have time to interact. But now you see a different side to players in other teams, and I think it's a lot of fun. And these type of events also give us that opportunity to get to know people. They've been really good though. They've been willing to learn, and the skill level is amazing. But I think there are a few areas that you can tweak to make them better players. But the signs are good. It's all about them maturing, and they want to learn. So that's a positive, and someone to just guide them. And it's been a good experience. Of course, in 2008, I was out here playing 4 or 5 games for the Lanka Lions, but that was different. But this is more fun because there's variety of color, and from my perspective, it's more of a mentoring role rather than dominating cricket and running around and jumping around. It's about contributing and showing the younger kids how to do things, and it's worked well so far. So it's very pleasing. Now that's a tough one. Well, for me, as long as I can remember, I've been playing cricket. In Sri Lanka, we play cricket everywhere, and we start playing with the tennis ball. So it just tends to happen. Then you go into school, you play cricket. Our school structure is very good, and you take your steps as it goes on, and things fell in place. I did dream of being a Sri Lankan cricketer, but till it really happened, it was only a dream, and I could never say, "Oh, I'm going to play," or I would play. But thank God the opportunities were there. It's also important to be around at the right time, and I've had a fantastic time with my time in the Sri Lankan team. It was amazing, and it was unexpected too. Because I said being around at the right time, at the right place is important. So going back to those years, in 1996, around 95, 96, I had amazing form shown, but I was not picked. And then in 96, Sri Lanka won the World Cup, and we had a good set of players who could play for a few years more, so there was no opening as well. And I was also ignored coming into the junior teams, the A team, for example. In 1997, the Pakistanis were touring Sri Lanka, and there was a practice match. I hadn't had the best of domestic seasons, and I was in that squad. And that morning, the person who was to open showed up and said he's got a sore thumb, so they needed someone. I was in the squad, I got to go, and I made 140. Now, that wouldn't have taken me into the team as well, because there was another opener in the Sri Lankan team, but fortune favoured me in one sense. It's mean to say that, but Roshan Manama, who was the established opener, was hit on the toe that evening at practice. So 2 days' time, there was a test match, and here I was, and from then on it went from strength to strength. I was able to contribute, and till 2007 had a good time representing my country. Well, making my debut was special. Down the line, there were a few performances, games that were really special. But and the last game that I played was also a World Cup final. So able to get there, in a way was good, but then ended in disappointment. If you take the player I didn't want to play against, I would say Wasim Akram, because I'm a batsman and I think he's the most difficult bowler that I've come across. He wasn't the quickest, but very deceptive and very difficult to play. So, and he's also dangerous with the bat. He can, if I'm bowling, he can hit me for sixes. So he scares you in both forms. Not many players do that to you. Either they scare you in one form. So I would go for Wasim Akram easily. Well, I did watch a lot of cricket, but I couldn't say that there was one particular cricketer that I did follow, I wanted to be, but I did admire the likes of Viv Richards for his flair, Steve Waugh for his guts, and it was a combination. I don't consider myself as talented as those cricketers, but I believe I got a strong mind, and I believe in finding a way, and that's how I've done it. And yeah, so I can't class myself or try and be someone else. This was me, and I'm happy with that.
Coming up, we'll have more from Russel Arnold in that exclusive interview, so do stay with us.